Chapter 7. A power dance for a pair of ducks. Mr. Mina approached the two doctors. "I have some advice for both of you," said Mr. Mina. "Well, too bad," said the psychologist, "because we are not going to follow any of your advice." "Is that so?" asked Mr. Mina. "Then I advise you to not follow my advice." The two doctors were confused. Well, we're not going to follow that advice," said the psychologist. "But if we don't follow his advice to not follow his advice," said the other doctor, "then aren't we following his advice?" "Wait a minute," said the psychologist. "What if we follow his advice to not follow his advice? Are we still following his advice?" The two doctors became so entangled in their deep, paradoxical conversation that they didn't even notice Mr. Mina walking out the exit door. "Hey, that's our chance to escape too," said Miss Whipple. The other teachers followed her out the door, went past the increasingly confused and frustrated doctors. All of the teachers and staff of Jerome Harris Elementary School were now free. They followed Mr. Mina up to the hilltop and watched him in awe as he looked out over the horizon. Most people in Mr. Mina's position would use their newfound genius brains to end world hunger and bring peace to humanity. But these were the last things on Mr. Mina's magnificent mind. Mr. Mina was still a gym teacher at heart, you see, and as everyone knows, most gym teachers are inherently evil. Chapter 8. Why can't we be friends? "It occurs to me," said Mr. Mina, "that our recent problems have all been caused by willful and disobedient children." "I heard that," said Mr. Crab. "Silence, you fool!" Mr. Mina shouted. "If we are to rectify this aberration, we must proceed with prudence and acumen." "I'm not sure what those words mean," said Miss Envelope, "but I agree 139%. "Me too," said the other teachers simultaneously. "Then you must follow my every command," said Mr. Mina. "You must all return to your jobs and go about your business as usual. Nothing is to look suspicious." But we want to be evil too," Mr. Wagner whined. "Patience, my dear minions," said Mr. Mina with a hideous sneer. "There will be plenty of time for that in the days to come." Chapter 9. Crimes and Misdemeanor. A few days later, school was back in session. The teachers taught the students studies, and George and Howard went back to their mischief. After school, George and Howard climbed up into their treehouse to do their homework. The yesterday versions of themselves were busy playing video games and reading comics. "How was school today?" asked yesterday George. "Ma," said George. "Did you learn anything new?" asked yesterday Howard. "Ah," said Howard, shrugging. By all appearances, things had finally returned to normal. But at night, Mr. Mina tinkered away at a makeshift laboratory inside an old, abandoned factory near Friends Point. He was developing a powerful mind control potion that would turn even the most unruly child into a blamelessly obedient conformist. Using a base mixture of sodium thiopental, Misdemeanor added liberal doses of boric acid, tipofluran, and clamato juice. Then he filtered the solution through an old dirty pile of stinky gym socks. The concoction smelled terrible, but its sinister effects would be even worse. Mr. Formula is now ready for human trials, said Mr. Miner. And I know exactly which two humans I'm going to try it out on. Chapter 10 Spray Day. The next day, Mr. Miner showed up at school looking a little different than usual. He still wore the same smelly sweatshirt and sweatpants he had had on all week. Nothing new there, but somehow, something about him had changed. It was yesterday George and yesterday Howard's turn to go to school and do homework that day, so the boys dutifully went to their classes and did everything they were supposed to do. And a few things they were not supposed to do. Everything seemed normal until after gym class. Mr. Miner excused the rest of the kids, but not yesterday George and yesterday Howard. Boys, said Mr. Miner, I'd like to see you in my office pronto. Why? Asked yesterday George. We didn't do anything, probably. Mr. Miner pointed to his office door. In my office now, he shouted. Yesterday George and yesterday Howard slipped into Mr. Miner's filthy office. They'd been in there before, and they hated the smell of it. It wafted of mold, wet urine, and the purged sweat of 1,000 tormented souls. But today, for some strange reason, it smelled even worse than usual. Yesterday George and yesterday Howard climbed into two stinky, fiery chairs and held their breath. Well, said Mr. Miner, as he closed the door behind him and approached our heroes. It looks like we are alone at last. What's going on here? Asked yesterday George suspiciously. Yeah, said yesterday Howard. We've got to go to our next class. Oh, there will be plenty of time for classes and studying and homework, replied Mr. Miner. But first, I'd like you to help me out with a little experiment. Mr. Miner lifted his arms, revealing two metallic spray nozzles under his crusty pits. Say hello to my stinky friends. He laughed as the nozzles splattered out to plant cloudbursts of choking, nauseous stank. Chapter 11 Access, Attention, Superfluous Lethargy Syndrome.